Howdy ho, Andrew here, aka Calp here. Welcome to the Onion Buns, and welcome to another episode of the Sunday Gaming Video. So we're going to keep going down the Exodus rabbit hole. Previous founder discussion I showed was from September of 2024. So we're going to jump ahead to November of 2024. But before that, here's a short message. Hey all, just a quick mention here. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on the videos you like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, which helps me. Takes 2 seconds. So thanks in advance. Alrighty, so yeah, we're going to do the founder message of 2024, November. And yeah, so let's sit back and enjoy and see what these guys have for us.
I don't think the Awakened count is small, but I really do love the Awakened. But I'm a really big fan of the Silicates Daemons. I think they're really cool.
I like Lifestone. It's super cool. Like, if you've read the book, you're familiar with it. It's a little bit different in the game, but we still do some cool things with it and are going to give the player a lot of opportunity to leverage that as a tool in their player kit to help their progression and their journey. All your missions are going to include choices that have impact, but not all of them are going to be directly due to time dilation. There's a big story in Exodus, and you're going to be making choices throughout the entire game, of course. Maybe one of the coolest aspects of it is that some of your choices are going to create a domino effect. Like in Act 1, when you have to decide which companion... Oh, can I share this?
No.
No? Okay, well, there's going to be some cool choices that have cascading effect in the game, and the ones where time dilation is in play, yeah, those are the most significant in the game and likely to have the largest ramifications in your story. All the choices you make are going to affect your progression as a character and how you develop as the traveler. Your choices are also going to have an impact on your homeworld and the people that you care about, but the wrong choice can change your relationship in ways you may not anticipate, or maybe that was the right choice for you. Ultimately, it's your game, and we want to give you those choices to do those things.
So I've spoken about this before, and what it sounds like is that choices are going to be so direly important in this game, hugely important in this game. And what it appears to me anyway, and maybe I'm wrong here, okay, like I said, I'm watching all this stuff for the first time and I'm reacting to it. So my take is that this game is going to have massive replayability to it because the choices you make are going to change how the game plays out, which I was like super stoked when they mentioned that, because I didn't think we were there yet. Like, you take Cyberpunk. I love Cyberpunk. I love the writing in Cyberpunk. But the choices you make really don't affect the game overall. Like, you make this choice, it's still going to play out this way. Whereas the way they've been talking anyway is you make this choice and that's going to shift the game to go this way. And you make this other choice. Now you're going to go this way. So it's like, it's actually changing how the progression of the game goes. So you very well might get a different ending. What I'm reminded of is The Witcher 1. The Witcher 1, every choice you make in that game impacts how the game will end. It's one of the reasons why I love The Witcher 1. Like, the writing is off the wall. And your choices matter, and that's the way I get the feeling here. You're in other games like Mass Effect, which I keep comparing this game to, so let's go with Mass Effect. Even the choices you make, say like killing Rex, well, that doesn't really impact the game. It impacts you personally as a character, but it really doesn't impact the game. The game's going to go on, and you're still going to do this act, you're still going to do this act, you're still going to do this act, and you're going to end up fighting the Reaper at the end. And nothing you do in the middle is going to change it. About the only choice, like if you kill Rex, okay, you lose Rex. That is the consequence. But it doesn't change how the game plays out. You pick Ashley to survive and Caden to do the suicide mission. Well, Caden dies, Ashley's on your crew, or vice versa. You pick Caden and let Ashley do the suicide mission. Ashley dies and Caden's on your crew. Okay, great. But that doesn't change how the game plays out. You're still going to play out the exact same way. The way they're talking, and maybe I'm reading way too much into it. That's possible because I'm really excited for this game. So I keep looking for the best, most positive outcome. But the way they're talking is you make this choice and you're going to get a different ending. Like it's not, everyone is not getting the exact same ending. Like in Mass Effect, you fight the Reaper. It doesn't matter what choices you make. It doesn't matter if you're Renegade or Paragon. At the end, you fight the Reaper. Mass Effect 2, at the end, you fight the Reaper. You got all these choices in the middle, but they really don't change the direction of the game. Whereas the way they've been talking, every choice you make is going to send you, think of a flow chart. Yes or no. You take yes, you go this way. You take no, you go this way. So now you're down here, and now you got another one, yes or no. Well, now you go deeper down, or you go back up to the middle. It's so every choice is going to make a difference, and I'm really, really, really pumped about that, because if the game writing is solid, and I do expect this game to be very solid with Drew Capshire writing it and these guys making it, I want replayability because I want to play it over and over and over and over. I will have, as I've said before, I'm a completionist, so I will get every single ending if I like the game. And that's how it sounds to me. Is that how it sounds to you guys? Like, please leave a comment in the comment section and tell me how what they're saying. How does it sound to you? What is your impression? Like, maybe I'm way off base and you have a better take on this. Leave your comment and I'll read it and, go, oh, yeah, maybe, Joe over here is correct. So anyway.
Yeah, so even though the star system where the video game takes place is pretty close to the Crown Celestial worlds of Peter Hamilton's novel, it's not in the Crown Dominion, and the humans there aren't dominated by the Crown Dominion Celestials. In fact, the human world is ruled over by humans. It's so that immediately makes it very different because it gives it different themes. Because you don't have that ever-present, all-powerful celestial civilization over top of you. I like the fact that our universe allows for you to explore different themes and different kinds of stories and everything else. It's like Peter was able to tell his story and we were able to tell our story, but we also share a lot of stuff. The Crown Dominion Celestials are the main Celestials you're going to interact with in the video game. A lot of the changelings and awakened that you see in Peter's book show up. And in fact, the main character of the book, Finn, also shares some stuff with the main character in the video game.
Okay, that's really cool. I didn't realize that. Up till this very moment, I was under the impression that the game was piggybacking off of the book and moving forward, like the Witcher series did. You had all the books, and then The Witcher 1, The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3, they all came after the books. So that was my impression for this. But what they just said is the book is a standalone, and well, it is the same universe and the same political system and environment, so and so. But the characters you meet and the story you hear in the book is not going to be in the game directly anyway. Like, they mentioned Finn and they mentioned a couple other things, so there will be reference to him. So it's not like they're ignoring him, but it's going to be a standalone game. And that's interesting to me. It's don't know quite how I feel about that. Like, I have faith in these guys, so I think I'll like it. But yeah, it's not what I expected.
Thanks for your excitement. I knew we'd hear this question. We actually hear this a lot from our marketing team, that we need to be showing gameplay soon. And we know you want to see more of what's going on there. We're eager to share it. The team has been working heads down for a while. Things are coming together really nicely with the game. It's fun, and I can say that coming not just from me, but from our external testing partners. They've been playing the game and telling us how much fun they're having with it. Unfortunately, I don't have a specific date yet for our next gameplay reveal, but a date does exist, so stay tuned.
Okay, so they have revealed, obviously, I've played it a couple times, the cinematic trailer for the and the gameplay review. But yeah, so I'm catching up. This is from 2024. So this is 7-8 months ago now, you know. So we're catching up to where we are in reality, but the game trailer has come out, or at least one of them. But it's still pre-alpha in the game trailer, so there's a lot of advancement to come out. But anyway.
The level of personality that a character might have in a role-playing game is really dependent upon the kind of role-playing game, and it kind of goes on a scale. On one end, you have like massive multiplayer games or Skyrim, where you really can imagine yourself or your character, your avatar, as almost anything you want. On the other side of the spectrum, you have like Final Fantasy or the Square Enix games, where your character's name and gender and everything is decided for you in personality. So at BioWare, we had two kind of different types of franchises. One was the Dragon Age, one was the Mass Effect. And Dragon Age, we allowed more character customizability. It was more important because Dragon Age was kind of like a spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate franchise, and that was important. Mass Effect was more authorial in how the personality was developed, as in, you know, the developers gave Shepard more of a personality. With our game, we are leaning more towards the BioWare science fiction game. You're still going to be able to obviously make choices with a lot of cinematics and where you're fully voiced. We want to have lots of drama. That's hard to do if you don't have a personality. Anyways.
Okay, so that sounds like Mass Effect. You just say you're not playing Shepard, but you're going to be playing a lead character like Shepard. The personality is already created, though. In Mass Effect, you can change Shepard's personality to a degree by going Renegade or Paragon, good or evil, basically. So I wonder, I would expect they'd do the same thing here, but it sounds like, or, you know, another example would be the Witcher games where you play Geralt. You know, you have an established character and, you know, this is his personality. And you go forward. I think Mass Effect is the proper example, though, because you have Shepard, be it male or female, and you choose, do you want to go to the Paragon or to the Renegade, the good or the bad? But, you know, you go down that line when you make your choices. So that's what I expect anyway. And I'm fine with that. I'm honestly fine. If you write the character well enough, I will like it. If you give me a character that's not well written, good example would be the lead character of Dragon Age 2. What was his name? Wolf? Like, I hated him. Wasn't interested in him. I didn't like how he was written. I didn't like his personality, and yeah, I could never get into the game because of it. So this is what I expect.
Yeah, in Exodus, your weapons don't become obsolete as you journey through the game, but you do progress with them along the timeline that you follow. And time is a factor in everything that you do with your weapons as well. You'll see years and decades go by, especially on the Exodus missions that you journey out on. And technology plays a factor there, obviously, and it evolves with you over time. on these journeys, you're seeking out remnants that are critical to your pursuit in saving humanity. But you also have the choice when you get back home to decide how you want to use those remnants and harvest them. And we think that's a really cool thing because some of them are going to affect different parts of your player experience, but also your civilization in the game. But they can be used to help make your technology personally better too, in a cool way that we think players will be excited about.
Because you're a traveler going and getting incredibly powerful artifacts that are far beyond your civilization all the time, those aren't going to go out of style because they're just so much better than anything that your world is going to have. It's going to take hundreds of years, maybe thousands, for your world to catch up to some of those civilizations. There's a little known actor.
Just on the last topic they talked about, I am so excited for time dilation now. Like I said before, I really never gave time dilation a second thought prior to this game. As a science fiction function, I never gave it a thought, like, and maybe I'm a little bit biased. I'm kind of burned out on the whole Flashpoint storyline that keeps getting redone in TV and movies. And, I liked Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when they did it. But, I'm kind of burned out on it in comics that do it. But the way they're talking about the time dilation where you go off and do your mission and that takes 20, 30 years here, but it only takes like 2 months for you. I find that absolutely fascinating, and I can't wait to see how it functions in the game. I really can't. I think the time dilation is the number one mechanic for replayability in this game. I really do, because, well, I'm going to take this companion this time. My next game, I'm going to leave that companion. I'm going to take this companion. And how does the game change? And how does it work out? It's endless possibilities. And I love that. I really do.
Who's playing CC Orlev. His name's Matthew McConaughey. And he's obviously going to be a major character in the video game. We're not really revealing anything at this moment, but in the Maruyama video, at the very end, he makes that strange sign-off, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and that's a clue. Anyways.
We're making a third-person action-adventure game. That's our favorite perspective. Is it still your favorite perspective, James?
Mine is real-time strategy, but that genre is dead. Just kidding. It's not totally dead, but it's kind of like, it's not as big as it used to be.
Well, with third person, we hope that's what you all wanted to hear.
Yeah.
We're listening to your comments and your questions, so keep sharing them with us on the Archetype Entertainment social channels. We don't say this enough, but we appreciate all your comments, all the things that you send to us. Thank you for your support and your feedback.
I am so happy they're doing third person. Now, let me be clear about this. I don't mind if they give us an option for third person and first person. I actually prefer that, even though I won't play first person when I have the option. I don't begrudge it against the players that do like it. I mean, I begrudge them for constantly trying to claim it's more immersive, because it's not first person, unless you got VR goggles on. Like, I would love to see this game in VR. Oh my God, that would be absolutely amazing. But no, I think a choice, first and third, is the proper way to go. One of my few complaints about Cyberpunk 2077 was they forced first person. And that's one of the reasons. There's two reasons. I'm not going to go into them here because this isn't about Cyberpunk 2077, but that's the forced first person. If they do that on the second game coming out, the sequel, and they force first person, I won't be pre-ordering it, because that's how much I object to being forced into first person. I want to have the choice. I think in this day and age, players should have the choice. Do they play third person? Do they play first person? And it should be completely up to the player to choose what they're comfortable with, what they want. Sounds like they're going to go with third person, and I'm okay with that because I love third person. I really do. It's my preferred style of gaming for RPGs. And, so yeah, that's great. I loved Mass Effect. same thing. I loved The Witcher. I played it in third person. So, yeah, I don't mind that they're going third person, but I would have preferred if they gave the players a choice, because ultimately, I think that's the proper format to go, is giving the consumer the choice to play it how they want to play it. But that's just my own personal stance on it. All right, so that was the Founders Q&A from November 2024. So we're still 8 months behind the ball. So there will be more videos coming out with future Q&As answering questions. But yeah, that's a lot to take in. So that's the video for today. If you like the video, leave a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'm trying to grow my channel, and a like, a subscribe, and a share does me wonders, and I do appreciate it. I always feel free to leave a comment. I encourage you to leave a comment. Like, we just took in a lot of information in a short little period there. So give me comments, ask questions, tell me what you think of what they said. And, if you have questions yourself, post them, and I'll put in the work to find out the answers if the answers are out there. But you have to post on the YouTube channel to do that. So please comment. And the other reason is, besides getting us interacting, it really does help me with the YouTube algorithm and getting my videos pushed to new eyes. So anyway, that's it. As always, pew, 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.